This will hopefully explain to a lot of people just how curated the Chinese news is. Remember, we say every piece of news coming out of China through official media is state condoned, and it comes from the state. So you can't get honest journalism. You cannot get journalism that's just free and able to put anything out.
There are no third-party sources.
Yeah. It's one source. It's all checked by the national censors.
Yep.
It all has to pass through the Communist Party's OK board, and then it gets sent out. And
it
this
also,
time,
by the way, another important thing, it's not just somebody comes up with an idea and then has to go through the boards.
Yeah.
The ideas come to them, then they write it.
Sure.
You know.
So this is a very clear example of this happening. What happened here?
So there was in the newspaper, right? There was just a quote. It was just an article, right?
Yeah.
And it said the comrade of the Central Party, right? But instead, they were supposed to say Comrade Xi Jinping of the Central General Secretary of the party, but they left out his name.
Yeah,
now, it doesn't make the sentence wrong. It just
left out. It's like saying the president of the USA without saying President Biden.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what happened in response to this was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Immediately, the government went out and told everyone to pull the papers off the stands, make sure that they don't get circulated. Yeah. It got so serious. It's one thing if it was like a typo. It wasn't even a typo.
No, it was just an omission. Yeah.
It went out there. It's so crazy to me that, you might think, okay, dear newspaper sellers, please pull this, right? This got so crazy. The messages were entering group chats on WeChat. Yeah. Like, if you get a hold of this newspaper, just get rid of it.
You have to destroy it. Yeah.
We will reissue this, It was a national emergency.
Yeah.
In fact, millions of newspapers were pulled because of this, just because they left out Xi Jinping's name.
Yes.
If you want to know or have any questions about where we're at with China, I think that tells it all.
That's what these messages in the background are, by the way. These are the ones being sent out to WeChat groups and so on and so forth. And they're like, oh, on this day for this newspaper, this has to be destroyed or recalled, or you may not sell it, has to be, all that kind of nonsense. And like you say, just because they didn't say, Chairman Xi, they just said Chairman.
Yeah.
The chairman of the Communist Party did X, Y, Z instead of, Chairman Xi Jinping.
Yeah.
Shows you how power crazy Xi Jinping is, first of all, and how important it is for his cult of personality and his name to be out there. But it also just shows you how ridiculous a small thing like that can call a massive recall of many millions of newspapers, right? So if you think you're ever going to get anything honest that talks against the government out of Chinese media, you know now for a fact that's not true.
No.
Every little detail is scrutinized.
Yes. What I want to show after this is not out of the ordinary for Xi Jinping.
Yes.
Because look at this. This is in a museum.
Yeah.
For all you listeners out there, you would be looking at a picture of a towel and a plate.
Yes.
In a Chinese museum.
Yes.
I believe it was in Beijing. It says, towel and plate used by Xi Jinping when he inspected the naval headquarters.
And it's behind glass, and it's all mounted and presented.
This is not a joke.
It's not a joke, and it's absolutely pathetic.
Right.
It's like it's like a serviette, basically.
Yeah.
That you wash your face or your hands.
Yeah. It's a towel napkin.
Yeah, it's a towel napkin, and the plate that he used is now a museum piece.
Yes. Because he touched it.
What bullshit is this?
Yeah.
Sorry for my language, but...
No, but it's bullshit.
It is.
And this is what Macron came to visit.
Yeah, Macron's...
A psychopath, loser-ass dictator that has his frickin' waste put into frickin' museums.
Yeah.
National museums.
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't a hobbyist.
No. It's like his sweat is now a museum piece or whatever, like his spit because he wiped his mouth. But that's kind of common in China because here we've got some examples of where Xi Jinping stood.
Yeah, you can pay money to go visit that.
Yeah, people actually make pilgrimages to go to this spot where they've traced out his footsteps.
In that village.
Like a crime scene when someone
looks like
in the movies where they chalk around a dead body. They chalked around where his feet were, and you go there. The other one that you can see here on this side is a plaque that they've put into the ground to say this is where he stood.
Yes.
And we've shown before on the show this ridiculous crap, like behind us here, the toilet. Okay, this is, by the way, another completely different place that he stood somewhere.
Yeah.
So he went to a village or whatever to go for to go and look at it for whatever reason.
For a propaganda shoot.
Yeah, for a propaganda shoot.
Look, I have deleted poverty here.
Yeah, exactly. And he stood in that spot. So now they've painted where his footprints were.
Yeah.
Okay, and they've put up a big permanent banner there to say this is where Xi Jinping stood.
His footsteps.
Yeah. And so people go there to take photos, and oh wow, look, he stood here.
Wow.
And then it's kind of like
wow, so good.
yeah,
Rick likes the
Rick
toilet.
loves that. He loves the toilet. Anyway, so the toilet, if you look behind us, is you can see the picture where he inspected the toilet. So then they drape the toilet with like a cloth and
that's
put it out there.
Psychotic. That's stupid.
It's ridiculous.
You know what I hate about that toilet the most?
What?
Is that it's like perfectly circle.
Yeah, what is going on with that toilet? Is it even a
Can we talk about that toilet?
It's bizarre.
Is that some Chinese manners?
Oh, it could be.
For real though, like
Yeah.
you know, I think we can make this even more ridiculous with just the truth. Can I insert the truth here?
Sure.
Okay. I'm not going to retract my truths.
Okay, yes.
This was because, and I kid you not, Xi Jinping wanted to make one of his things, because just in case you don't know, each Chinese leader under the Communist Party has to have some things that they're known for.
Sure.
And one of his things that he wanted to be known for was the toilet revolution.
Toilet revolution.
And it was actually a top-down like government initiative to make sure China had good toilets. And it sounds good on paper, but we lived through the toilet revolution in China, and I'll tell you what, they didn't do shit. It
didn't work.
All they did was add them in like tourist areas of Beijing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then some model cities, like or model villages, right?
Yeah, and they'll put up these like really high-tech toilets and stuff
Yeah.
in a specific area and then give it a lot of press. But the rest of the country...
Meanwhile, it's an open
It's just-
pit
yeah.
with feet, and I'm talking about depth of shit and piss, like piling up. Just imagine mountains of shit.
I got a
in
video
this
on my
open-
channel about that.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
open pits, and this is what's pretty normal out in the countryside in China.
Yeah.
There is no revolution.
No.
It was put on for him to say, "Look at we did this," and this is a great example of this. Look at this toilet revolution success. He looked with his eyes at this toilet that we draped it. You can't even look at it.
Dude, imagine he actually used that toilet. If he'd used
would be
used that toilet, that thing would be like worth more than the whole county or whatever. They would auction it up and, you know, have
For
more-
real.
Yeah, seriously.
For real. You know what's funny is that you know this happened with Baozi. Do you remember the
Yeah,
Baozi thing?
I remember because he ate a Baozi.
Baozi steamed buns.
Yeah. That's why he's got the nickname of Shi Baozi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. But the Baozi thing, the
Yeah.
steamed bun thing happened, and basically what happened is he went to go eat buns, and then that shop after that became massively famous.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
like sold out left and right.
Yeah, this is a chair that he sat on.
Chairman.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, this is, hey, look, it's a chair that Xi Jinping sat on. Let's put not one, but 2 plaques on it, put it behind a rope on a velvet carpet and call it a day.
I went to a Mao museum where they had something like this, and that I can kind of understand because he's dead. It's a historical figure, right?
Yeah, made big
this
big
was his
changes to
chair.
China, you know. He
Right.
murdered lots of people. So.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
hey.
My point is like maybe George Washington's office chair or something. It's a museum piece. Xi Jinping's alive, dude.
Yeah.
And this isn't not necessarily his chair. It's a chair he sat on.
Yeah, he sat on this damn chair, and now it's
Right.
got like tassels and plaques on it, you know? It looks damn... I hate that kind of furniture, by the way. That's a Chinese
We could
thing.
do a whole
Yeah, we'll
rant
do a
about
thing. Chinese furniture for rich people sucks. Like
It's bad.
The stuff that rich people buy is the most uncomfortable, horrendous hardwood, you know, like a couch that's a plank.
There was this dude. I went to this furniture store once
Yeah.
in Guangdong, and this like absolute like scum dude. Absolute scumbag, you know, like yelling at his wife, spitting on the floor,
Yeah.
smoking inside the shop, you know.
Yeah.
But clear like factory owner or something like this. He went to go buy. He goes, "Give me what's the most expensive furniture you have?" And this poor little girl like took him to this big showcase area. And I swear to God, it was just like that chair.
Oh, like this
right?
chair?
But imagine that times 50. It
Oh,
was
like really huge.
it was enormous. Like if you sat in the middle of it, you'd look ridiculous. You'd look
Yeah.
like a little dwarf or something.
Yeah.
But he bought this massive set, and it was like a million RMB or something for the set.
Stupid, yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you get some incredibly beautiful wood carved stuff, but it's this dark, hard wood, and it's
Yeah,
horrible.
it
and
hurts.
It's very uncomfortable.
I'm not gonna get all like feminist or weird or anything like this, right? I'm gonna.
Yeah, you already are.
This guy's like absolutely not. You can't say no to me.
Yeah,
That didn't work. So what does he do?
doesn't get the Chanel bag.
It's a Chanel bag, right? Oh, I bought you this bag.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, you don't buy people. That's not how things
That's
work.
not how
You
it
know, you
works.
can't buy a relationship.
No. Oh, look at this dude. Comes in.
Oh, it just comes in like waxing.
Yeah. So he has a tantrum, and he's like, I don't think chicks like that. You know what I mean? I'm totally honest. I don't think chicks
You're not gonna
like
annoy them into a relationship. Yeah, you're gonna,
love me, love me.
When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.